From the Up Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. An off week for the Cowboys and still lots of talk out of Stillwater. Justin Blackmon, talking to the media after the Tuesday practice, says he's basically thinking he's going to the NFL and not returning to OSU. Gina Mizell joins us. And Gina, can you just kind of talk about what he said and what impression he left you with on Tuesday night?
Sure. I mean, this isn't very shocking news that, Justin Blackmon almost went to the NFL last year. So saying that he's probably going to go isn't, really anything breaking news, I guess you could say. But I think it's been interesting how this whole situation has been handled. Going back a few weeks ago, Mike Gundy was asked about Justin Blackmon and just, what he would advise the receiver to do. And Gundy basically said, you know what, I would tell him to go. And so it's been very out there. Everyone's been pretty upfront about it. But this was really the first time that Blackmon was asked about it. And he didn't definitively say, yes, I'm going to the NFL. But he kind of was like, yeah, that's probably the best thing for me, for my future and just, for me overall. And so that's probably what's going to happen. And so he stressed also that, he's most concerned about, having a good bedlam, enjoying the time before the bowl game with his teammates and working hard and having a great performance. And so he's still focused on, what he needs to do at OSU as the season winds down. But it sounds like that's what he's going to do. It shouldn't come as a surprise to any Cowboys fans, but it's interesting for him to, talk about it, I guess, at this point in the season.
I think a lot of Cowboy fans might think that Justin Blackmon this year was kind of a bonus year because I think a lot of people were thinking he was going to leave a year ago, and now with this extra year that he stayed, his legacy's grown even more. What will his legacy be if he does leave after this year? Kind of talk about his career in total. Obviously, games left in it, but what sort of impact will he ultimately leave once he does depart Stillwater?
Well, I think he's probably going to win the Biletnikoff again, and so only one player ever in history has won the Biletnikoff twice, and that's Michael Crabtree, the former Texas Tech receiver who was so great a few years ago. And I think, when it's all said and done, if you just look at the 2 years he put together, I think if you just look at those 2 years, he will probably go down as the best wide receiver in this school's history, which is quite an honor when you look at guys like Rashawn Woods and Des Bryant, and there's been some great receivers that have come through here, especially in the past, 15 years or so, and he's definitely right up there as far as all the statistics go and just the dominance he's had the past 2 years. And I think a lot of it too, just the way that he rose to the occasion after Des Bryant left. No one really expected the year that he had last year, and he just kind of came out of nowhere and was such a force. And then this year he's been able to carry it on, and especially the last few weeks he's really come on strong. And like I said, he's probably going to win the Biletnikoff Award again. He's probably the best wide receiver in the nation, especially after Ryan Broyles went down for OU. And so, yeah, his legacy in Stillwater is definitely going to be a big one, and especially if OSU can beat Oklahoma and win Bedlam and go to their first BCS game and win the Big 12 title, and for him to be a part of that team and last year's team, which is obviously a historic one, he'll go down as probably the best receiver in school history and one of the best Cowboys ever overall.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Gina. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.